Everyone looked at their feet in horror, only to see the seawater under the platform suddenly disappeared. Only a row of pillars remained exposed. People were stunned by this scene. They didn't realize that a terrible tsunami was coming. A lifeguard immediately went to sound the alarm. But it was too late. The tsunami was about to reach them. Luckily, the sound of the siren attracted everyone's attention. Everyone panicked and started running inland. The lifeguards, on the other hand, chose to stand still and wait for death. The rest of us ran for the shore as fast as we could. As the tsunami hit, the men could only throw their children over the counter. The next moment, on the other side of the Ferris wheel, the couple was attracted by the sound of the siren. By the time they realized the danger, they had already lost their chance. The Ferris wheel was malfunctioning. The man had to take out his cell phone to take a video of what was happening and upload it to the internet. As the sea continues to pour in, the whole town is flooded, and the Ferris wheel is half submerged. Luckily, the two of them were at the top of the Ferris wheel and managed to wait for the rescue team, but the others were not so lucky. Miyazaki was trapped in a secret room. He immediately called for help, but the operator never knew the man's coordinates. Luckily, Miyazaki found an axe in a flash, but just as he was about to split the wooden door to escape, the axe slipped out of his hand. To make matters worse, the water level suddenly begins to rise. The woman could only reassure Miyazaki not to panic. No sooner had she said that than the water reached the man's neck. As the phone hangs up, a life is lost, and the survivors, who are still struggling in the flood, are in a terrible situation. If they're not careful, they could be swallowed up by the current. Seeing his friend trapped in the water, the man did not care about the danger and immediately went to rescue him. However, the man was unable to save Jack due to the strong push of the current. The distance between the two sides is getting farther and farther. The man was ready to take a break, but then the boy fell into the water with no energy left. In a moment of desperation, Tom jumped into the water to save Jack, but just as Tom was leaning against the car, ready to rest, a huge ship crashed into him. In the nick of time, Tom grabbed Jack and pulled him into the car. He dove under the water and survived. But before Tom could rest, there was a cry for help. He saw that someone was in danger not far away. Tom grabbed his gear and went to help. As he moves forward, he realizes there are more and more people in need. Tom had an idea. He jumped off and swam to the other side. He quickly tied on a rope and let the woman swim towards him. The woman had to come towards Tom, but Tom's plan worked. They were able to join up and climb to the top of the car. But soon Tom realizes that more and more people are being swept by the water. Tom rushed to help, but just as he was stabilizing the ropes, a huge wave of water suddenly came from the distance. In a matter of moments, it reached the inland, and to the surprise of the crowd, the leakage of high voltage was inserted into the water. In just a moment, the man was electrocuted to death. Lisa called her daughter to get him back in the car. Then another 911 call. After briefly explaining the situation, the police soon arrived with an electrician. As the man turned off the power, Lisa rushed to the car and rescued her daughter, who was in a state of shock. Eventually, firefighters all arrived to rescue the people in the water.